Good morning, everybody. It's Lindsey Huddleston back in the building. Another Monday Motivation. Good morning, everyone. SPS is back in the building. Another Monday morning motivation. Gonna get started real soon. It had me a little bit of wake up. Shout out to them. I don't know, it could be a sponsor in the future. Oh, good to see everybody. Once we get going, 7 in the morning. The week of Thanksgiving. Can you believe that? How this year is going by. Oh my goodness, I just can't believe what is happening and what is going on. We'll get started in just a second. It's the Monday Motivation at it again. Soon we'll be wrapping up Monday Motivations for this year. Happy to get started this week. Had a great week. It was an easy work week. Shout out to my guy Bruce Tony, representing the city of Ecorse, getting it in. Got to get over to his place and get in the lab with him. All his great work, easy work that is, kept me fresh, keeping my family fresh. That easy work gear. I want to get started today, and what I want to talk about is work, don't worry, and wait, don't hate. Where does this come from? Work, don't worry. I always tell you I pull from the headlines, my personal headlines or the headlines in the world, but I'm very happy with the success of SPS. If you have been paying any attention to my growth, you've seen there's been a tremendous amount of growth. And what can some argue a relatively short time? Some could argue a long time. I would say a long time, but I get it. I've been really blessed, especially to have great sponsors like Motor City Smoothies. Shout out to Chuck Bailey to come on board, sponsoring the SPS game and team of the week. My guy, Dennis Reed, the Mighty Wing Shop, coming on board, sponsoring what's going on. My guy, Bruce Tony, coming on board, showing support, sponsoring with Easy Work. And today you'll meet an awesome young man who can be a benefit to your life as well. My good friend, Mr. Cameron Bell, Esquire, attorney at law. We'll learn more about him and the work that he does over at the Oliver Law Group. He'll be supporting SPS this week, especially for the Michigan State Northwestern game. But what I'm telling you is that when I used to get to that point, actually there was a time in the day at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, man, where I would get down and low because I've made all my phone calls, sent all my emails about getting things started, getting things going. And, let's be frank, getting things to get to a point where it becomes profitable. You can do things all you want, but, there's always that question, is it, profitable? And sometimes profitable could be more than just money. That is true. After living a six-figure lifestyle in corporate America and as an education lobbyist, I know it's not all about money. And Bruce and I talked about that yesterday. Is that relief you have from living your dream? Shout out to Nas and his song Echo. Shout out to everyone living their dream. And I'm living my dream. And with your help, I've been able to do that. But that's why I say you got to just work, man, and not worry. You can't get caught up on what you don't have. You can't get caught up on what you didn't get. You got to just put in the work. And it's very important that you find something that you're so wedded to that you can put that work in at 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon, that you can put that work in at 6 in the morning and 6 at night, that you could have 7 days that you're working on something. It got to be something you care about, something you're passionate about. And it may not always be something that somebody else is saying, hey man, this is what you want to get into, is what you're feeling. You got to work, don't worry. Because when you worry, you put so much emotion into the worrying. You're so worried about what you didn't get and don't have that time can be expended emotionally and putting in that work. Yeah, I know it didn't happen the way you want. It didn't happen the way you wanted to go down. The thing you wanted to pop didn't blow up. It doesn't always happen like that. But then when we get into the wait, don't hate, you see somebody else making moves. And social media is good for that. It can show you all the great things that has happened in someone's life. You see somebody else getting their accolades, getting their roses while they're alive to smell them. And then what you do is you can look at your situation, because I've done it myself and I've had to catch myself. I've had to really check myself and say, Lindsay, you're supposed to be a good dude, a great guy. Why are you showing, this, why are you feeling this envy? And that's what it was. I was envious of what other people were achieving with respect to what they were doing. But I have to say, man, you got to wait on your turn. Your turn to come. Social media is really good and give you an opportunity to get recognized. And I can remember being recognized on social media for different accomplishments. And it's a great feeling. It's a great outpouring of love that you get through this digital love. I'll give it some Roger Zapp computer love. This computer love you get out here, that might be too much for some of y'all, but you know what I'm getting at. But my point is this: wait, don't hate. Hell, a broken clock is right 2 times a day. Your time is coming. Your time is coming. It may not come when you want. It may not come, how you want, but it is coming if you continue to wait and don't hate. Don't hate on the next man or woman because they're getting their accolades. Don't hate on the next man or woman because you really don't know what they went through, and you probably don't even want to exchange what they've been through for what they're going to get. Some people got to crawl through the gutter, man, to better get to where they are. As my guy Rashard and I say coming up, young guys on 7 Mile and Field and 7 Mile and Stop, we got it out the mud. Where we come from, in many cases, we accept that because that's all we know. But we also realize that the experience that we have lived through has been, critical to get it. I was talking to my guy Bruce yesterday, man. I said, the alumni of my sandbox box, drug dealers, murders, and college graduates. So you have to go through it to get to it. So I'm telling you, wait, don't hate. Don't get so caught up on watching somebody else do something that you can't just be at a point where you say, man, I'm happy for that man. I'm happy for that woman. I'm happy for what they have and what they've achieved. Because they had to work on it. They had to put in the work, and not worry. And here you are in a position where you need to wait and don't hate. If you get so caught up on looking at people and being envious of what they're doing, man, you need to go back and say, well, what do I need to be working on? Because a lot of times, the finish line isn't just the paycheck. The finish line isn't the accolade. Sometimes it's internal. I know it's been like that for me, and I know it's like that for a lot of people out here, whether you're an entrepreneur or not. It's the accomplishing the goal. It's getting up saying, I'm going to do it. We could get so caught up in the simple things in our life, say, man, I'm not even bothered with that. But the fact that you get up and start putting effort in towards it, even though you don't get the acknowledgement you want, you may not get the love and feedback from people, especially certain people in your life that you really want to get that from. You may not even get it, but you can start saying, look what I've accomplished. Look what I've done. And many times the accomplishment isn't just, you doing something. It's you believing in yourself to do it. The biggest hurdle you got to get over is having enough confidence in yourself to step out and do something you said you want to do. To do something that may bring you, criticism, ridicule, and things like that. So again, work, don't worry. If you spend so much time getting caught up on putting yourself out there that you're worried about what people are going to say, maybe that's not the route you need to go. I'm not saying everybody is fearless. I'm not saying everyone can get up in front of a room and say what they want to say. I mean, those are different characteristics and different, characteristics that people have. But the reality is that you need to be able to say, I'm just going to focus on what I'm trying to get done. I'm going to put my head down and do the work. That by no means means that you need to be be in a disadvantaged situation, be taken advantage of, or anything like that. But that's saying you are going to put in the work. Work, don't worry. If you find yourself worrying about something, whether it's the bills, whether it's a relationship, well, go back to the work. What do I need to work on to offset this? Because if you spend so much time on worrying, that's not gonna get you anything. I had a friend. He would tell me that guilt is a useless emotion. That was interesting, but I would almost say that sometimes worrying is a useless emotion. It's one thing to be aware. It's another thing to worry. I can be aware of my scenario. I can be aware of what's going on. I can be aware of the time frame that I have to do something. I can be aware. But it's totally different than worrying. If I'm worried about that, I put myself in a position where I'm past awareness, folks. I'm past the awareness part, and now I'm at the part where I'm just putting emotional effort into something that's not going to pay me any return. What return on investment do you get on worrying? You think about it. I didn't say on being aware, or when you're aware, I know this and I know that, and I don't make these mistakes because I'm aware. But what return on investment do you get from worrying? You get none. I asked Coach Mel Tucker at Michigan State. They had the week off because the Maryland game was canceled because of COVID issues. But what good would he have gotten just sitting there worrying about not playing a game? Him and his team, they had practice on Saturday. And from my communication, they had a great practice, going forward. They ignited this new idea of, what Michigan State football can be going into the future of the Mel Tucker era. They were getting all these kind of different, inquiries from people who say, hey, there was a time where I probably wouldn't be able to play at Michigan State, but, the time may be now. Ethan Boyd, one of his top commits that he has now as a player that'll be coming in next season, wasn't even on Michigan State's radar, and he's right in their backyard. So my point being is that if Coach Mel Tucker got caught up on worrying and not working, he wouldn't be making the strides he's making right now. And also, if your time didn't come, man, wait. That broken clock is twice right a day. That broken clock is right twice a day. So it's gonna come, man. It's gonna come, and it may not come when you want it, how you want it, for how long that you want it, but it's coming. So worry about, just focus on your goals and not hating on nobody, man. And we got to catch ourselves. That hate and that envy come up so much. Put yourself in a position where you can literally congratulate somebody and mean it. And if you don't have that in your heart, think through and go through the recesses of your mind and find out what you need to be able to do. So with that, guys, we hit the 10-minute mark. I won't keep you too long. It is a Monday motivation. I want you to go out and have a great week. I've been very blessed, again, with the support of sponsors for SPS. We've had a great week. Shout out to, again, my guy, Bruce Tony. We had an easy work week all week long. We was getting in for easy work. And now I want to introduce you to a new young man, Mr. Cameron Bell, a very close friend of mine with the Oliver Law Group. He's going to be coming talking about the great resources and service he can provide you in the legal community. And we all need a good lawyer on deck, right? And I got my guy. So with that, Lindsay Hollis on SPS. It's going to be a great week. Look forward to sharing with you on Thursday the SPS show with my guy Terry McCord Jr. He's doing a great job. Also, going to be in the building on Saturday at Spartan Stadium for the Michigan State versus Northwestern game. We're going to have one more home game after that. That's going to be against Ohio State on December 5th. There's a December 19th date. That may be another game as well. We'll see what happens with that. That was kind of the buy-in that they put out there. And we're going to just keep it moving. But SPS is on the move, man. Capturing and sharing, inspiration. That's what I'm here for in both sports, in business, and in life. And I hope it's been a benefit to you. So with that, have a great day. Have a great week. And as always, bit by bit, piece by piece, brick by brick. With that, we're out.